Everyone, it's Emily. Today's video is going to be the beginning of a new makeup series video where I'm going to be telling you product recommendation in either a if you didn't like this, try that, or if you like this, try that. So basically giving you recommendation of better products or just similar products, kind of dupes, or you know, better ones if you were disappointed with something. I hope you're excited because I know I am. Let's do this. Let's start with a new product. It's a mascara that's been mentioned, I was going to say raved, mentioned a lot, and I feel like the opinion seems to be quite divided. People either absolutely love it or they don't really care for it, which is kind of where I'm at. I don't hate the way it looks, but it flakes a lot on me and I just overall don't like it. I find that the other product is better, and it is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. And this one, I've seen so many pictures of the mascara, what it looks like on the lashes. It's quite intense, it's quite dramatic. It's just one of those, like, it looks like not much type of brush, tiny bristle, plastic bristle brush, and it gives you a lot, and I mean a lot of volume, but quite a dry look on the lashes. And like I said, unfortunately on me, it just flakes, it smudges, and I just overall not super crazy about the way it looks. I wouldn't hate it if it didn't flake, but overall it's kind of a miss for me because this was supposed to last like 36 hours or something, and after 6 hours it's all over my face, so like that's not what I call lasting 36 hours. So unfortunately for me, this was a miss. But another mascara that I think is quite raved about but deserves to be mentioned over and over again, because on me it gives me a similar look but without the flaking, without the smudging, and it doesn't look as dry on the lashes, and it is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. It's also half the price, so I would definitely recommend it also for that. And this also gives me quite a bit of volume, definitely a lot of length to some curl, and I just overall really appreciate the way it makes my lashes look, and I can't rave about this enough. I feel like it used to be popular, but I haven't heard a lot of people mention it anymore. And that brush is even smaller, even more inoffensive looking, but every single time I use it, I get kind of shocked that actually gives me exactly what I want. I'm someone that likes like big brushes, like think CoverGirl Lash Blast, like that big brush. So every time I use this one, I'm like, I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough, but it turns out that I really, really like the way it looks, and I'm always raving about it. It actually made it to my top 5-ish drugstore mascara video. I will link that up if you want to see it. Yeah, I really like this one. I wouldn't say they're exactly the same thing because obviously this one is a little less dramatic, but in my opinion, it's much better because, again, it doesn't look dry and it doesn't have the issues that I have with this one. So if you like the overall idea of this one, but unfortunately it didn't work for you, I would highly recommend checking out the L'Oreal one. I feel like the reviews for the next product have been all over the place, and personally, it just didn't end up working for me. And it is a new Nars foundation. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Online, it says that it's supposed to give you like great coverage, natural radiant finish, and wear like long wears. It's supposed to last you a long time, and I'm really torn. I really tried to like this because I wanted to. I feel like a lot of Nars products really work for me. Their skin products don't seem to be it for me, unfortunately. This sat so weirdly on my skin, and definitely sat on top of my skin. You could see like all my pores, and it just emphasized dry patches. I have combination skin, but I do have sometimes dry patches, and this emphasized some that I didn't even know I had, and it just transferred. That never ever happens to me. I could like, let's pretend this is a shirt, I would just like touch my skin accidentally on someone and my face would be on their shirt. I would be like, oh, what is going on? Because this never happens to me. It definitely did pretty much every single time. Not that I touch my face on everyone's shirt, but like I would notice transfer every time I would wear this, and it just wasn't full coverage. I had to like apply a few layers, and I do apply most of the time my foundation using a beauty blender. But like full coverage is still attainable with a bunch of foundation with a beauty blender, but just not with this. And I kept like looking back on the Sephora website and look at how it was described, because I was so confused because the way it was described and the way it was acting on my face, completely different. So if you're like me and this didn't work for you, I would try the new Maybelline Full Coverage Foundation. This is like a godsend. I am absolutely in love with this foundation. I've been raving about it, and it has a pump, which the Nars one has one too, but I feel like drugstore can be kind of difficult to find a foundation that has a pump. I don't know why, they should all have one, but this is amazing. The color that I have is definitely my summer shade because it does oxidize, which is the only thing negative about this because it is full coverage, even if you use a sponge. And it definitely gives me that like full coverage matte, but like skin-like, not drying matte. It doesn't emphasize dry patches. I actually did a video where I was comparing it to the normal Fit Me, so Again, I'll link that if you want to see it in action. Super close up, you can see my skin texture. So yes, this is just so great. And if you think it's too full coverage or you prefer something a little lighter, you can easily mix it with your moisturizer and it still works beautifully. So I can't rave about this foundation enough, and I really hope you can find your shade. They have actually a pretty decent range of colors, which is kind of the good side about the Nars one. I believe they had like 39 shades or something ridiculous like that. So everyone would have been able to find pretty much their shade. And I feel like it's definitely something that is really hard to find drugstore wise, but Maybelline did a really good job. They have 16 shades and it's not like 15 light shades and one dark one. It's definitely spread evenly, so you should also be able to find a pretty good match in that shade range. So yeah, if this didn't work for you, I would definitely recommend you check out the Maybelline one. It's also way cheaper. Next product also is something that didn't work for me. Unfortunately, I'm telling you, I try to love this product so much, but you know, sometimes it's just not meant to be. It's just not what you expected, or it just doesn't work for you as well as it works for the people. It happens. And I need to mention the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the color Reserve de Cabana. And this is one highlighter that I heard a lot of people mention that they loved it because it didn't have a glitter shimmer. It's a glowy, natural highlighter. So definitely something I'm really into on a daily basis for work. I can't wear that like one of those new Maybelline one that are like blinding. They're really pretty, but they're just not something I can wear on a daily basis. So I really wanted to love this product, and unfortunately I tried to make this work for like years and I don't see it. It doesn't work for me. Even when I swatch on my skin, I'm like, okay, I can see the powder being applied, and I blend it out and I'm like, there's somewhat of a satin finish, but is it just the satin finish of my own skin? I don't know. Whenever I apply it on my face, it doesn't really work. I feel like it's a tiny bit on the chalky side because I know people were recommending it as an option for the Hourglass ambient powders. And this is too chalky for me all over my face. It just ends up looking kind of cakey on me, so I can't really use this as an all over face powder. And like I said, as a highlighter, it just doesn't look like I'm wearing highlighter. So this was too natural for me. If you hate highlighter and you want to try them, maybe this could work for you, but unfortunately, it just didn't do what I wanted to do. So if, like me, you didn't like this, I would recommend you try that. That being the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This one is the color 01 Be My Highlight, and this is exactly what I wanted this one to be for me. It's a very natural glowy highlighter, no glitter, no shimmer, no metallic, frosty, intense finish. You won't blind your haters with this, but you will get a bunch of compliments because every single time I wear this, I get asked what I'm wearing on my cheeks. It's just glowy, natural, but still looks like you're actually wearing something. It's very like my skin but better type of highlighter. So I would definitely recommend this one if you haven't checked it out. And also they're both affordable, so it's not like you don't have to spend more money to get something. So I definitely recommend checking out this highlighter if the Wet n Wild one didn't work for you. The next product is something that personally actually worked for me, but I've heard quite a few people mentioning that it didn't. So if this one didn't work for you, I'll recommend a different alternative, and it is the Milani Luminoso Baked, I was going to say bronzer, blush. Mine is kind of old, it's broken, you get it, it happens. I tend to walk on my blushes apparently. So the main complaints I've heard about this one is the fact that a lot of people say that it's like the perfect peach blush, and if you're someone that you're scared of peach blushes, it's definitely the one that people tend to be like, oh, you need to actually try this one. It's very natural and glowy. Even though I personally like it, I disagree with those type of review because personally, I don't know if it's just mine, but whenever I actually swatch it on my skin, I can see some shimmer in it. It's not like super intense glitter, but if you're someone that you hate anything like shimmery or glittery, this isn't something I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend any of their baked blushes. They all have glitter, some of them more than this one. And if you're just starting with peach blushes, this is super peach, so it might be a bit too intense for you. So personally, if I were to recommend the perfect natural peachy blush for someone that isn't into peachy blushes, it wouldn't be it. So if this didn't work for you, you didn't like it, I would recommend you try one of these. And you'll notice that these are not super peachy. I feel like very often whenever someone is scared of peach, it's because they have a cooler undertone and everything will look straight up orange on your skin tone. So going with something neutral with a hint of peach is the way to go. The first one I wanted to mention is the Makeup Revolution, the matte blush in Nude, which as you can see is nude but on the peachy side, and I have like neutral to cool undertone to give you an idea whenever I swatch it on my skin tone, and you can see it's definitely on the peachy side. It's not bam bright blinding you peach, but just a little bit of warmth to your cheek, which is what you actually want whenever you're starting out, and it's completely matte, obviously, the matte blush. So you won't be surprised with like glitter all over your face whenever you get outside and you're in the sun, because I know with this one that will definitely happen. So this is my option number one. It's also very affordable. This one is $5 at Ulta. And then my second option is also very affordable, and it is from LA Girl. It's one of their Just Blushing blushes, which I've been raving about because I'm completely obsessed with them. And this is the color that I've worn the most, and it is Just Playful. And once again, it looks pretty neutral. If you have like really warm undertone, this might actually look more neutral cool on you. Like whenever I swatch it here, it'll definitely look kind of neutral, but I've worn it in a few different videos, and on me it's definitely like almost a bit peachy, so this would be perfect. Also matte, you get a bunch of product. And again, I believe this is around $5. So if you're on a budget, definitely don't need to splurge to find that perfect peach color that is very wearable. So if this didn't work for you, I would recommend you check these out. Okay, the next product I've mentioned in a few like disappointing product video, and like I'm so frustrated with it because I have a very complicated relationship with it, like love-hate relationship, and it is the Kat Von D liquid liner in Trooper. And I don't think I've ever tried to love a product this much. Ever, because I love how precise it is. It is a like brush dip, and I love using it in my inner corners whenever like, you know, it's hard to get that really thin line, and I do have pretty like droppy eyelids, and it's pretty easy for me to like make it too thick, and then you just don't have like any lid space in the inner corner anymore. It's just like eyeliner, and it's not the way I want it to look, so this is perfect for that. However, everything else, it pretty much sucks for me. I will try to apply it, and if I go back to like, you know, make sure everything is perfect, it will literally rip off the eyeliner I already have. Why would you do this to me? I just don't understand this eyeliner. Plus, whenever I would try to like do my eyeliner, it would look perfect, my wing, everything. I'm happy with it. I go on about my life and just, you know, live. Go back to mirror a few hours later, the eyeliner's gone. Like literally half the wing disappeared for absolutely no reason. So I've been so torn with this one. Like I just can't deal with it. But I wanted to give oh my god, I wanted to give an alternative for this one for the precise line, and I wanted to mention the new Stila. This is the Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Micro Tip, and this is so tiny, but like ridiculously tiny pointy tip, which works beautifully for your inner corner. Personally, I would not use this to do my full liner because it's gonna take me forever. I do like usually pretty thick liner. Actually, I'm not wearing any today. That never happens. But this is perfect to just fix my inner corner, making sure my eyelashes are not looking too crazy. The tip is in brush. I feel like 90% of the brush tip for me disappear also, and also have all the same issue as the Kat Von D one. I tried the Physician formula. I have the same issue. It's not black on me, it's like gray and disappears. So if you have the same issues and you really wanted to find something that would give you that perfect inner corner line, or really like get that wing very, very sharp, I would give the new Stila Micro Tip a chance. Otherwise, if you're just looking for a different eyeliner, I would recommend either the Stila one, not the Micro Tip one. It's great, it's waterproof, it's very black. Or I would give the Clinique Pretty Easy Eyelining Pen a try, because mine, it's pretty much empty. But I've been raving about this a lot. This is my second one, and it's empty now. I should have repurchased actually backup. But I'm trying to use up my eyeliners, so I will have to be without this for a little while. But this is so underrated. I need to actually include this in a bunch of like underrated product video, because you need to try this. And then the last but not least, I wanted to give another shout out to the mascara, because I realized on Sephora that the most like bestseller mascara, and I hear so many people, even in real life, telling me that they love the mascara, and I wanted to love it, but it didn't work for me, and it is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Same thing with the Better Than Sex waterproof. Really didn't work for me. This one definitely flaked on me. I wasn't a huge fan of the brush to begin with, because it's one of those hourglass shapes, so I feel like the hourglass shape just doesn't grab all my lashes, and I have to like work a lot more to get the look that I want. But I do like the way it looks whenever I'm done with it. However, again, flake city all over my face, and the waterproof one smudged on me, which this one doesn't, but the waterproof does. So overall, I just don't think it's the best mascara of all time, and just fell on the floor, so clearly my table agrees. So if, like me, you didn't like that one, or if you're just looking to try a new one, I can't rave enough about the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. They recently came out with the waterproof version, so I wanted to give it a shout out, because again, Sephora sale is here. Let's getter backups, and I definitely recommend checking this one. I am someone that loves drugstore mascara. Once again, I just did a top 5 drugstore mascara. I love them. They're affordable and they work just as well. However, I actually think this one is worth the money, and it's one of those big bristle brush, natural bristle brush, and it just really works. I have been wearing this on a daily basis for a while. I'm currently testing the waterproof version, and so far it doesn't mysteriously smudge on me like the Too Faced one. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. So this is gonna be it for my first edition of If You Didn't Like This, Try That video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're ready, because I'm planning a If You Like This, Try That, which is kind of gonna be like dupes. Some of them might be cheaper than others, or just if you want to try more, because who doesn't want to try more makeup? Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss any future videos. I will be putting on the screen the videos that I've done, including my Sephora VIB sale haul video, because I purchased a few really great products and I would recommend you check it out. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!